Welcome to Extropy on Air, the podcast from Extropy Advisors, where we dive into the world of AI, digital transformation, and the future of business. Each episode will bring you perspective from leaders, innovators, and experts across industries, all focused on helping organizations and, more importantly, people thrive in a changing world. Let's get started. Welcome back to Extropy on Air. This is the podcast where we're going to explore how technology, leadership, how innovation are really defining the office of the CFO. My name's Kevin Zirkle. I'm the Director of Business Development here at Extropy Advisors. And today, we've got a really special episode for you. We've got Ravit Gutman, the CEO of Extropy Advisors. And the reason we're hopping on today for this special session is we're actually heading out to Vegas next week, November 4th through the 6th. I'm going to be at IOFM 2025, one of the leading events for accounts payable, for finance operations, process automation leaders. This year, Extropy is going to have a featured speaker in all three sessions, and that speaker is sitting right here next to us. It's going to be an exciting session. I hope everybody can make it out there. Certainly, if you do, make sure you find us. Every one of the sessions that Ravit's going to be presenting in are really going to be focused around probably one big question, and that's really, what does the future of finance look like? More importantly, who's ready to lead it? I thought this was a great opportunity, Ravit, for us to hop on, just take some time. Love for you to share a little bit about the sessions that you're going to be running and providing for the audience out there, and just give some thoughts leading up to next week.
100%. And I do want to say how excited I am to finally be here and really be part of this amazing Extropy on Air. Be part of the team that helps empower all of our viewers to transform forward. And even more exciting, knowing what's coming up with these IOFM sessions. And you heard it right. Not one, but three sessions that we have here from Extropy. And across these sessions, we're going to talk about how the future of finance and how to redefine finance, from being reacting, reporting, to really a strategic innovator, from burnout that exists in all of these departments to how to empower the entire organization, and from technology fatigue that exists in so many of these teams to true digital confidence. And what does it mean to take and make finance a driver of growth and not just all about governance? So I'm very excited. There's some very exciting materials coming up, not just through OFM, but some through this podcast as well. So.
Yeah. One of the things that's always exciting to me, having attended IOFM for many, many years, it's always a different conference every single year. It's kind of exciting. You walk through the door, you see topics discussed that hadn't been discussed in the prior year. That's exciting. The other thing that we're starting to see, and we see it in our client base all the time, when we talk to our CFOs, their role is expanding so much further than just a balance sheet anymore. They really need to be the people that are the digital visionaries, if you will, for their own company. And they've got to partner with IT, they've got to partner with procurement, with operations. They've got to find some way to architect data-driven decision making across that enterprise. And it's a real challenge. I think it also should be exciting for a lot of the AP and the AR leaders that are going to be at the conference next week as well, because you seriously have to look at your role and you can't consider yourself just a back office employee anymore. They're really business enablers. They're controlling cash. They're enabling compliance. They're influencing supplier relationships. They're shaping the way working capital strategies are driven across the organization. I think this is a really exciting time. And I think AI is taking us places so much faster than we've ever been able to go before.
That's definitely what we're seeing more and more in terms of trends, even in our own customers. It's really moving from being that scorekeeper in the organization to becoming that strategist, of being part of the driving a lot of the decision making in the organization, being able to enable different teams to have visibility to data in a different way. And it all starts really from that data foundation that is built within those accounting teams. And it's just, if when you look at some of these more mature teams, that has been through those transformation. Now we're stepping into an age that we're able to structure that data, leverage AI through that data, and make people in finance really those true catalysts of that data through the organization, and partner up with the different department to help them reach their own strategic goals. We see that finance is partnering essentially with supply chain. We see them partnering with IT, becoming part of the conversation, especially from an IP AP perspective more than anything, from a place where it used to be in the back end, just trying to make sure to close the month, becoming someone that helps and leads and a source to a lot of data within their organization, and they're part of that conversation, which is something that I'm truly excited about, to see how so many people in these departments transform and all of the new roles that are building up from that. We're hoping as well with IOFM is helping a lot of these teams to understand how they assist their own team to grow to these new age roles that we have right now, with in helping to build that a roadmap for their team, and to see where is that future for them, and not be scared from all of this digital transformation that is happening right now, because we still have that fearsome of this FOMO, essentially, of a, we want to automate. We're scared for our job. We don't know how it's gonna our job is gonna look like. What's gonna happen to my team? Is it gonna cut people from my team? Um, do I have the latest and greatest system? Do I need to get a new system? And a lot of it is, how do we actually look at the aftermath of that digital transformation and start transform our people and invest in our people, and look at how the new roles are going to adjust to all of these different type of systems.
That's well said. I know that's one of the things that sets Extropy apart, and I know you're passionate about it. It's not just designing digital strategies for a company. It's coaching the finance teams to live in those strategies, and I think that's something conceptually that people are still trying to figure out. I know for anybody again that's heading to Vegas, there is a session in particular. It is called the Future Finance Trends, Evolving Roles, and Leadership Strategies. That's the name of the session that you're going to be leading there. Certainly recommend anyone to make sure you check that out, because some of the topics that Ravit touched on, I think, are really important. There's another one about bridging the gap and how AP can really collaborate with IT to drive change within their own organizations. I know that's something we deal with all the time here on the Extropy side. It's really that disconnect between AP and their IT organization. A lot of organizations struggles with it, but IOFM, this topic takes center stage a lot, because let's be honest, finance and IT, they often speak very different languages. Finance wants speed, they want visibility, they want compliance. Where IT, much more structured. It's about security, it's about scalability, it's about governance. The reality is neither of them can achieve their goals without the other. So I guess bridging the gap session is going to be really important as well. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to talk about for that one.
I would honestly say this session is one of the sessions I'm mostly excited about, because this is truly is one of the most biggest gaps, pain points that exist within implementation, and one of the main reasons that a lot of projects fail. One of the heartbreaking fact that came recently from Gartner, that 43 of digital transformation projects again fail, because of misalignment of teams. And that's a very unfortunate fact, because really it all starts with that alignment between accounts payable and IT, or accounts payable and procurement, even when we saw that before for many years as well. And really, because there are two different teams that are driving to completely different set of goals, and that are not really aligned. If one team is more about compliance, making sure that we're closing the books properly, making sure it's running to a completely different set, versus one is security, making sure that that we're hitting budgets, making sure that we have everything that we need for IT organizations, and really making sure that we are actually coming into these projects with certain alignments and tool sets that will set us to succeed, is really what we see that and is so many time is missed within these type of projects. And that is something, and you know that I'm very passionate that we really started to make sure that we are so focused on this cross departmental collaboration, and when we're getting into those projects, to really start with that first initial alignment, and to get everyone together on the same page with the same set of goals, for these type of projects to make this successful. And we've really seen that that has been a huge game changer. So I'm very excited to share, really, between the methodology and some of the exercises that we're going to do on how you can really bridge that gap more within the organization, and provide the teams over there some tools within these workshops.
Yeah, that'll be great. And I know, I mean, one of the things that You touched on it a little bit earlier when we were talking somewhat about AI and its impact on business and what that's going to look like in the future. And I know that's going to be another topic that you have coming up at this session. And it's one that's going to get personal for a lot of people as well, because right now, this whole concept of redefining what roles look like in this new digital age is it's got some people on edge, and I get it. You look at artificial intelligence and RPA and data-driven decision making. I mean, they're all reshaping what it means to work in finance. These tasks used to take hours. Now they happen in seconds. And when that happens, where does that leave the human being? I mean, at Extropy, we see this as one of the most exciting parts of the journey, not because the automation is going to erase people. It's going to give these people a chance to elevate themselves. And that's the piece that I think everybody's kind of missing at this point. They're looking at it as a threat as opposed to an opportunity. Love to get your thoughts on that and kind of leading up to this session and what that might be about.
Yeah, I think with all the AI hype, I think I really want to talk about how the future of AI actually works together with people, because AI cannot work without people. And I think AI has been definitely mislabeled throughout all the different platforms that are sold out there to make sure that they were able to promote more autonomous process and procedures, and really not as much invested in really understanding how actually exciting it is and how it's going to evolve our roles as humans within this process. What are the different type of new roles that are going to grow from this AI revolution, which is, to think about it, the third revolution that we're having right now and we're living at this time. Um, and it's really important that we focus and work with the teams to make this as part of our personal growth in our own teams as a company, and how we approach this from leadership, from managers, from directors within the organization, to help people evolve with these type of technologies. It's funny things like Extropy exists. We are on our 10 plus years, but that's what Extropy, the definition, started. So and when I look back when we started this company, we tried to solve the entropy problem, is the fact that everything is so siloed within all these different organizations. And Extropy is exactly how do we evolve as people with technology in this exciting space. And so many times people are so focused on the technology, especially in these type of conferences as well, where you see so many different technology partners and everything is the new shiny object that we're trying to see how we can get the latest and greatest, when the transformation that needs to happen right now is with our people. Is it within our organization, within our processes, and really to allow us to evolve with all the technology and capabilities that exist out there. Um, yeah, and that is definitely another session I'm very excited about.
A lot of what we're talking about in this and some of the prior sessions, it's where that finance leadership is going to come in for organizations. A modern CFO organization, it's not going to be about controlling headcount. It's truly going to be about multiplying capability. There's a very big difference there. We'll talk to leaders and how their teams see digital tools, see when they exist, that they truly are enabling factors for them. They're not to replace them. Once organizations start to truly understand that, the engagement and the innovation, it's just going to naturally follow.
That's exactly how I feel. The futuristic finance team, essentially, these tools are not going to be used to just to close the books faster, for example. It's actually going to open a whole new set of possibilities, a whole new set of new roles that are going to exist within finance.
It's going to be great. I know we're looking forward to being there, looking forward to seeing a lot of the listeners there, hopefully. Anything you wanted to close with today, Ravit? Any final thought heading out to Vegas?
I'm going to say again, these sessions are all leadership sessions. And really, because leadership today, it's no longer about control. And especially for these folks from accounting, where it's all about control and compliance, but changing that narrative to understand how we can be better leaders through clarity, through compassion, and through curiosity. And really how we can actually become part of the change, part of this revolution, and really help our own organization transform. So I'm very excited, like I said, to see folks next week in the IOFM session, and looking forward to meeting you all and sharing, like I said, some of these tools for you all to become to grow as leaders in your own organization.
Well, as we wrap up today's episode, here's ties all three of those sessions that you're going to be talking about together. And that was finance transformation. It's no longer optional. It's happening, whether with us or without us. I mean, the question is going to be, will you lead it, or are you going to react to it? And it's a very simple question. So IOFM 2025, here we come. It's where conversations come to life. It's where practitioners meet innovators. It's where peers share a lot about what's working, where the future of finance gets shaped one session at a time. So we're looking forward to being part of a couple of those. At Extropy Advisors, we're proud to be right in the middle of that entire conversation. We truly are helping organizations turn complexity into clarity, turning their data into decisions, transformation into real measurable impact for their organizations.
Whether you're a CFO, an AP manager, an analyst, or any type of automation architect that you're coming in, your voice shaped the future of finance. So keep transforming forward.
Until next time, I'm Kevin Zirkle with Ravit Gutman, the CEO here at Extropy. This has been Extropy on Air. Thank you for listening. Remember, we're always here to help you transform forward. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to Extropy on Air. We hope you found today's conversation insightful and inspiring. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode, and connect with us at Extropy Advisors to continue the conversation on AI and digital transformation. Until next time, I'm Kevin Zirkle, and this has been Extropy on Air.